Stay, beloved. Divinity in us acknowledges and welcomes, honors the divinity in you.
Welcome to this global meditation, and we are so honored to be in your presence. And today we are going to co-create an energy field of high frequency love. And it is the love energy that helps us move beyond where we are, the grief, the sadness. We had the most incredible day on Saturday. We went out, we did something we do very rarely. We had coffee and we went shopping. And it's the first time actually we've done that in, I think, 12 months, really, right?
I think so.
And we were feeling really happy and very high. And then we got the news at about 6 o'clock that night that one of our good friends had just passed away. And of course, there was this instant, wow, this grief that settled in and this sadness. And for us, it was very important that we became the observer of the grief. What would you say, Daniel?
Rather than identify with the grief as who we are, what we needed to do was get very mindful and present and observe what was going on, but not confuse who we are with that feeling.
Yeah, so it was very interesting, and that's why today this meditation is really for every single person on the planet who has ever dealt with loss and grief and who are dealing with it. We are in a time now of chaos, confusion. We're in a time of conflict. Friends, relatives, people we know and don't know are being really affected by what is happening on our planet at this time.
There's a lot of fear. There's a real epidemic of separation.
Yeah. And sadness. It's the separation. And so what comes from the fear is anger. What comes from the sadness, from the separation, is sadness. And so today we really want to help reboot ourselves back into our true self. Our true self, the high frequency divine being that we are, our source, knows and understands that as we're in this human experience, we're going to have these emotional roller coaster rides. And rather than allowing that ride to affect our immune system, our blood pressure, our level of health and happiness, it is really important that we look to our spiritual health, our inner world. Daniel, you said it beautifully this morning. It was something about being able to go within.
When we're challenged with what's going on in the world around us, it's always an opportunity to double down with our spiritual practices that take us into a place of peace. And that begins by going within and not getting absorbed in the external.
Yes, and also not allowing our grief and sadness to become a story that puts us into a place that it becomes harder and harder and harder to get out of the more we allow ourselves to remain in that story. So the meditation today is truly, it's enlightened self-interest for us, because it really is going to be a part of our spiritual health and well-being to double down into the source of our beingness with you. And that's just really what it takes right now. So a lot of you have told us that you've got family members that you can't even speak to anymore, that you feel separate and alone from. You've got friends who are no longer friends. There's a feeling of anger, fear, and frustration. And there's also a fear, there's also in the human realm, in the ego mind realm, there's that part of the ego mind that does not want to forgive, does not want to let go of being right, and does not want to keep our mouth shut. And if you missed the reset masterclass before it's taken down at the end of this week, please go back in and take advantage of that incredible teaching and healing experience, because it really is relevant to this particular meditation. And after the meditation, we'll take some questions and answers. So in the meantime, if you could all do something really wonderful, put your phones on mute or vibrate, and make sure that you're prepared now to stay very focused in this room with us for the next 20, 25 minutes. Yes, I did mute all. Okay, so I've already done that. And if you're coming on late, please remember that it is really important to remain muted right through the meditation until the end, and you will have an opportunity to tell us how you feel, what you're going through. So just before we start this, just a little bit of inquiry, because that's part of our inner spiritual health and nourishment, and that is the meditation and the inquiry. Just now I'm going to ask you, what are you feeling? How many of you have actually felt a sense of loss, a sense of sadness, separation, a sense of grief about what's happening in the world? Even if you haven't lost someone you've loved, we have lost so much in the last 2 years. And so if you have, give yourself a number out of 10, 10 being, yeah, I can really feel that grief. I know that emotion. It's there for me. And 0 being, I'm completely neutral and that emotion no longer exists. So whatever number you are is totally appropriate for you. And we are going to do this meditation and help you make a shift into 0, which of course is neutrality. Without neutrality, we can never understand what it feels like to be in our natural state of peace. And it is that peace, our knowing that our natural state was of peace, that helped us on Saturday to move beyond that grief, that sadness, and of course,
the anger.
And the anger, the questions, like the ego mind wants, but why? But how? And of course, there are no answers to that one. There are on very deep spiritual level, but we're not going to go there with you right now. However, this is a really important meditation for each and every one of us. So please get yourself really comfortable in the chair before Daniel reads this poem. If you're comfortable, but take a few deep breaths, just breathing in, holding it, and then letting it go. Breathing in and letting that breath go, becoming aware of the body's inflow and outflow with the inflow and outflow of your breath. As we use this meditation and time together, become neutral and find this place of balance, forgiveness and peace in times of loss, sadness and grief.
A beloved of his. Forgiveness is the cash you need. All the other kinds of silver really buy just strange things. Everything has its music. Everything has genes of God inside. But learn from those courageous, addicted lovers of glands and opium and gold. Look, they cannot jump high or laugh long when they are whirling. And the moon and the stars become sad when their tender light is used for night wars. Forgiveness is part of the treasure you need to craft your falcon wings and return to your true realm of divine freedom. Falcon wings represent liberation.
liberation from sorrow, from grief, from the anger and sadness that are a result of those lower frequency states. Now continuing to breathe organically in and out. Closing your eyes and allowing yourself to go deep within you into this expanded place. Imagine, see, feel, or know a column of white light pouring in and down through the top of your head, all the way to the bottom of your feet, where this white light pools as ultraviolet purple light at your feet. This is your true self. And as the white light moves through your heart center, the heart begins to twirl with diamond light, activating the heart into a more expanded state of love. Breathing in, breathe in the love, and let it go and breathe out the love. Allowing those huge muscles in your shoulders to drop, just let them drop. There's no need to carry the weight, the grief, the sadness on your shoulders in this moment, this time. Allow the body's arms and hands to be heavy in the lap or your desk, wherever they are. Just let it go. Feeling the body getting heavier and heavier in your chair, floor, your couch, wherever you are. And allowing those muscles in your legs to relax, let go for a moment. Your feet firmly planted on the ground with an understanding that you are safe and you are supported on this planet. Allowing those tiny little muscles around your eyes to soften and relax. Relax your jaw. With every breath you take, allowing yourself to go deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed. Exploring the wonder of your inner world, your true self. Now, using your imagination, I want you to imagine a huge golden door in the center of your heart. Your heart center is now being expanded, growing, knowing, pure love. And this golden door is right there for you. And when I count to 3, you're going to make the conscious choice to walk through that door deeper, deeper into your heart, into the energy that is love, that is source, that is God. 1, take a deep breath and let it go. 2, another deep breath. Letting it go and the body beginning to feel the excitement of moving into this place of love, of your natural state of beingness, of reconnecting with the most powerful energy in the cosmos. And 3, moving through into your heart center deeper and deeper and deeper. And you find yourself in the most wondrous world. As you look around you, there are angels, baby animals, plants and flowers like you've never seen before. Just take a moment now and breathe in as you walk through your heart center. And you're drawn into a clearing. And as you walk into the clearing, you look around you and you see all of the children. These little boys and little girls are everywhere. And you move over and you sit on a crystalline bench that feels hardly there, and yet it supports your energy body. Your internal senses now alive. Your heart beating with this light and love that you are. And you look more closely at these little girls and these little boys. And you realize these are the people, the children, who as adults have hurt you. These are your siblings, your parents, your ancestors. These are the people you've worked with and for. These are the people who have shut you out, betrayed you. And these are the people that you have lost. And these little children stand around you now. They inch closer and closer to you. Their beautiful baby faces upturned. A warm breeze blowing through their hair, the sun on their faces, looking more like angels than humans the closer they get to you. And the child within you reacts with joy to every one of these children. All of the people you never thought you'd see again, the people that you've lost through death, the people you've lost through being abandoned or betrayed, the people you've walked away from and who have walked away from you, here they are. And all of these children are in absolute joy of being together now. And one by one, but it seems like all together, these children look you in the eye and say to you, I am so sorry. I did what I did, and I learned to do that from my parents and their parents. I was not aware of the hidden programs that were sabotaging my relationship with you, with myself, with God. I love you. I am so sorry. Can you forgive me? And the child within you is weeping with joy to see these people again, to be in their presence without the conflict, without the confusion. Your family members and friends, people you've loved and lost. And you realize that love was never lost. It was simply the unconscious mind playing out with the ego mind, the game of separation, of sadness, of grief, grief of loss, of misery. And in that moment, all of the children smile, including your own, as you say to them, of course, I forgive you. Thank you for giving me for my programs, my beliefs, my need to be right. All of the triggers that triggered off a reaction from me that hurt you. As I forgive you for the same things. I love you. Thank you. Continuing to breathe deeply. Breathing in and breathing out and feeling the joy, the relief, the wonder. As the sadness moves out of every cell of your being, the story of the grief that we've been holding on to completely neutralized and deleted. And moving into your system now, with the help of this white light, your true self, and neutralizing and deleting out of your system any of the stories or programs that still exist within you. It would stop you from forgiving fully yourself and others. It would keep you in separation, in conflict, in the need to be right. Giving you a correction to be strong, to know the truth that you are perfect, divine, high frequency beings, that you have come here to remember who you are, to undo the karmic soul agreements that would bring you into a physical 3D state of disharmony, disease, and death. Directed to be strong on every level, karmically, habitually. This forgiveness template in, fully forgiving you and feeling this burst move through you where your immune system is just reactivated, dialed up to 100%. You reconnect with this diamond light within your heart, this joy that is flooding through you, having set yourself onto the path of freedom. You, a guardian angel of light on this planet. Claim your status as Earth Angel. Breathing in the love, breathing out the love. As you continue to breathe, this white light continues to move down through you. Any of the grief or trauma, the sadness, anger, the anxiety, all of it now being washed out and down in this white light through every cell of your being, your cells being charged with love as all of this sadness moves out and down into the violet light at the bottom of your feet. And all of the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts that have compromised your immune system, your ability to live as the love that you are, and now being transmuted and sent back to source, healed. Spend a few minutes here with your breath and these thousands and thousands of points of consciousness of love that you are, of the awareness of this freedom filled, the freedom from the emotional trauma of the past. And just sit with this for a moment in time. Aware of breathing in the love that you are, that is God's source, and aware of breathing it out. Noticing a shift in your level of joy, acceptance. Noticing how easy it is to come to a place of forgiveness, freedom from the pain of the past. Allowing yourself to know yourself as an aspect of the divine, which is who you are, who you have always been, and who you will always be. And when you accept that as truth, you will be set free. And allow your true self to gently, yet firmly, speak to the negative mind chatter, to the stories and the programs that come up on a daily basis. Just like a loving mother or father. Just say, no, sweetheart. That's not the truth. Look here. Look into your heart. Breathing deeply, breathing in and letting it go. One more really deep breath, filling your body. Fill your body with this light. Breathe in and letting it go. And when you're ready, stretching out your body, just stretch it out. Stretch it out. Stay in this feeling. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Let's just spend a moment together, coming together in this beautiful feeling. How are you feeling, Daniel?
That was very deep, very powerful. Peaceful.
Are you feeling any grief at all?
No.
No. Has anybody got anything that they would like to share about how you're feeling or a shift that you've made? And for those of you who have the LifeWave Eon patches, please, please, please use them daily or nightly. They are the de-stress, emotional stress and inflammation. And your children, everyone you know, needs these daily.
Whatever's laying around the house, this is Glue Forge, and it can be yours.
Somebody got their...
Here's something to chew on.
I'm just going to mute everyone for a moment. Catherine, was that you?
deliciously with dreamy flavor.
Okay, I'm muting all just for a moment whilst the ad is on whoever's. I mean, I really love ice cream. Those dreamy flavors sounded quite good right now. Would anybody like to say anything? I'm going to have a look at, I'm going to put us onto gallery so we can see you all. And let's go into participants and chat. Okay. Feeling better. Okay, so Marnie, there's a few of you saying a bit more peace, and some of you were very high scores. You've been brilliant putting your scores in. Could you put your new scores in? That was great. Let's have a look. 5, that's gone down. 4 has gone down, good. 4 from 11, that's really good. 4 is 4. Okay, so everybody's, would anybody like to unmute yourself without your radio going on in the background?
I have a question, Sandra.
Who is it?
It's Joan.
Oh, sorry, Joan. How are you?
Hi, sweetie. I'm good. I'm puzzled about, I love inhaling love, but you talk about exhaling love.
Yes.
Can you explain that? Because I don't want it to go out. I want it to go
I
to
love
stay
that.
in.
How many of you don't want it to go out? Okay, so now what it is that everybody needs the understanding that love is limitless. It has no boundaries. It cannot ever go out per se, as in you can never lose love, the love that you are. So when you're breathing it in and you're breathing it out, one of the things that I always imagine is that I'm just in a bubble of love. And so I'm breathing it in, and as I'm breathing it out, I'm just breathing it out, adding to the bubble, breathing it in, adding to the bubble, and my bubble of love is expanding. Does that feel better? That knowing that you're not going to lose it?
Yeah, that feels better. That feels better.
Okay, good.
It's
Thank you.
flowing in and flowing out.
Yeah, it's actually the idea with this breathing in love and breathing out love is definitely what Daniel just said. It's the flow of love through us as us. And I love that question, Joan. Thank you. Anybody else like to share anything? And I can see there's a lot of new people here today, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And for actually being a part of this group, because we dedicate these meditations to the healing not only of ourselves and each other, but the whole of humanity. Because as we're together with that focus, we're creating an energy field, a high frequency energy field that is not contained within your home or your country. It's really flowing around the planet. So we're helping to bring forward that which would bring balance to anything that is happening on the planet that's negative. So to all of the wonderful new Earth Angels on this meditation, thank you for being here. And thank you everybody who invited them in. It's great. Anybody? Yeah.
I'm going to try. Yes, I'm going to try. I would like to really thank you both for the teaching moment of the reminder at the beginning of the meditation when you shared what was happening for you, because a lot of us, when we get into spirituality, meditation, we sometimes put a Band-Aid instead of keep doing the work in each moment. Mm-hmm. And, or we go into judgment, or I went back into anger or anything like that, instead of to keep using all the tools and to keep reminding ourselves of what we know to bring us back into peace. And that was wonderful of the two of you to reminding us all of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavani.
Thank you.
We've had lots of conversations about this, by the way. And one of the things that my spiritual mentor of 40 years was very clear about, she said, a lot of spiritual people go into denial when they have emotions. And they think that they shouldn't feel grief or they shouldn't feel anger. There's a lot of shouldn'ts for spiritual people. And she said, you are going to feel grief. You're going to feel sorrow. You're going to feel all of these things. But the key is to allow yourself to feel them without judging them, without criticizing yourself, and then using the meditation and the tools to really get neutral around it. I love this observe, don't absorb.
Yes.
We've been talking about this, and that is that we can observe our feelings and our emotions as they're happening, without absorbing the low frequency of them.
Without identifying
That's it.
with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's not I'm sad, I'm griefed, I'm angry. It's like, oh, anger is happening, grief is happening. Oh, okay. And really being able to use what we know. That's why we've created the Platinum Life Institute, by the way, with all of its beautiful programs, in order for us to continue to expand with each other so that we can very quickly become the masters of our minds, emotions, our bodies and souls. And it's really important. And by the way, just today, we chose a date on October, I think it's 2nd, well, October 2nd, which is a Saturday afternoon. We're doing a live healing event. Now, it was going to be in a big hotel for lots of people, and that's just not available for us around here at the moment. And so we're doing it in our home, and there's 20 people only. So if you're interested in being a part of those 20 people for a Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., where we're going to be meditating together, doing hands-on transmissions of healing and enlightenment energy. We're going to be doing a lot of quantum corrections, so correcting out hidden programs that have created the distress and the trauma and the challenges that we're all facing, and some other surprises. So it will be a very intimate day. It will be, we've put it down to $500, and Janice has put her foot down and she said, you're not doing it unless you get 20 people. So just to let you know, if you've decided that you want to join us for the day, please let us know now. And if you've got friends and family and other people that you would like to come, invite them in. We will have the information on it, but you can email me, Sandra Biskind, at me.com, sandrabiskind@me.com, and let me know if you're interested in spending the day live with us. And we're going to make it as deep as we can go. So it'll be channeled information. It'll be totally this incredible divine inspirational day. I'm really looking forward to it. And then later in October, we're launching our very special 4-month Platinum Life Leaders program. And that will be just for people who have already been through the other Platinum Life Institute programs. They've already done Platinum Life in its entirety, the peace, love, awareness, trust, integrity, neutrality, unity, and mindfulness, so that we can come in as a mastermind and go as deep as we can possibly go into what is stopping us from living as this incredibly divine, enlightened, high frequency being. That, by the way, is online. So it's opened up to the whole world. Anybody got any?
That will be by application.
Yeah. Anybody got any questions or anything else you want to share before we say goodbye?
I just want to say one other thing, Sandra, and that is I loved your point about observe, don't absorb, because when I talk to people who have gotten hooked by other people's stuff and they whether it's the drama in their family or around the world with them, that it's given to the yada yada, or criticism or whatever. I always say to my clients, keep kind of a little moat around you, and then choose. You can weigh what presents, but to just, you don't have to take it all in, to just like weigh it and decide what you want to let in.
Yeah,
So it's that same kind of point of observe, and that you don't have to absorb their stuff.
Yeah, you've brought up a beautiful point, Joan, because for us, it's really important. We talk about and teach radical personal responsibility. So whenever we're triggered, there's only one question we ever ask ourselves. We're not blaming someone else. No matter what's happened, we're saying, okay, why was that triggered off? What pain am I feeling? What do I believe to be true about myself that I feel this pain and anger or whatever it is we're feeling, right? When you are brave enough to ask that question, then you will get the answer that is, your unconscious mind will spew forth all of the reasons that you have been triggered. It will say, because you don't deserve love, because you're not good enough. Who do you think you are? It'll start giving you all of the answers. So, Joan, I love that you brought that up, because for us, it's very important. I'd love to end this meditation on this point with this teaching moment. And that is that when you are triggered, when you do feel the grief and the sadness, the separation and everything that we've been talking about, ask yourself, what do I believe about myself to be true that this pain has been triggered? Because one of the reasons why we react the way we do is because something has been triggered within us that is putting us down, criticizing us. It's doing something, but it's always projected out onto other people. I'm talking to you as though you're private clients right now, and I know that this is deep spiritual teaching. And I know that it takes a very courageous soul to actually do this. But once you move into this way of thinking and this kind of inquiry, your life will completely change, right?
Without doubt.
We love you, and we're looking forward to being with you again next Tuesday. Please invite your friends and family. The more people we have here, the greater the impact we have in our lives, our friends' lives, and everybody else's. Namaste.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Blessings and love. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome.